everyone, so it is a disappointing products video today, and I just want to do a little disclaimer first as well, two actually. One is the lighting is a little bit weird, and it's so frustrating when people sort of give you advice about the lighting and say, well, film with natural daylight, and it's like, yes, that's very helpful. I would, if I lived in a house that had lots of natural daylight. I happen to live in a house that is very dark and just robbed of any natural light. And B, it is November and it is England and it is pretty much dark outside right now. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it is pretty much dark. So there's only so much control I have over these things. So I've got all the lights going on everywhere. I hope it's okay and not too weird for you, but anyway. Number two is, obviously, these aren't bad products. They might work for you just because they didn't work for me. Some of these are things that I will even maybe continue to use in different occasions, but they're just products that, as the title suggests, disappointed me. And I think with these types of videos, people expect you to say it's an awful product and I hate it, and that's not the case. They're products that I found disappointing for reasons that I'm going to share with you. So let's jump right into it. First of all, I'm going to start with tanning products. I've actually got two here that I found a bit disappointing. The first one I'm not going to talk about too much because I have actually done a full review of this, so I will link that down below for you, and you've probably seen it already anyway, and it's the Vita Liberate 2 to 3 week tanning mousse. This is in the shade dark. Why did I find this disappointing? This is disappointing because it costs £37 and it doesn't last 2 to 3 weeks. I think the marketing of it is a little bit scammy in that they don't tell you kind of right off the bat that you need to apply it 2 to 3 days kind of consecutively to get the 2 to 3 week benefit, and then you don't get the 2 to 3 week benefit. I don't think it's particularly dark, and I just do not think that its performance is good enough to warrant costing nearly 40 quid. This bottle cost nearly 40 quid. That is, to me, that's absolute insanity. I'm sorry, but like, you better be able to do more miraculous things than that for nearly £40. So yeah, not into that. We'll link it down below if you want a little bit more info on that product. The second one I'm really upset about because I love Saint-Tropez as a brand. I love all of their products, but this is the classic tanning mousse, and the reason I found this disappointing is I don't think it's very dark at all, or at least on me it doesn't show up as very dark at all, and I need a little bit more colour. I'm kind of olivey skin toned, but not very dark, so I like to use fake tan, especially during the winter months, and especially living in England when you don't tend to get tons of sunshine and everything like that, and we all know tanning's bad for us. So fake tan is a great product, but this one just doesn't really give you much colour, and fake tan is such a faffy, annoying process, isn't it? It takes a long time, you have to stand around, let it dry, all that jazz, that I think you want a decent colour payoff. So there's other Saint-Tropez products that I absolutely love. This one isn't one of them, so sorry about that, Saint-Tropez. But yeah, be honest. Then what should we do next? Shall I do a random one? I've got a candle that I found disappointing, and you know that I judge candles very harshly. This candle is from Next, and it is from their Hamptons collection. This smells so nice, and Next is one of those funny shops actually that I don't actually go into Next very often at all. I don't know why, it just, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those shops that's more kind of targeted at families, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's a bit of a shop for mums, which is a really weird kind of thing, but I don't know. Anyway, I hardly ever go into Next, but we went into Next to look for something. I can't remember what it was, a little while ago, and we were having a look at the candles, and my boyfriend pointed this out and said this smells really good. I straight away fell in love with it, and it does. It almost has got that kind of cashmere beach smell, kind of what you imagine somebody who has a house in the Hamptons, their house would smell like. I love the packaging, I think it's really lovely, but number one, can you see that? You probably can't because it's white. Oh yeah, you can. It does not burn evenly. What is that? Candles that don't burn evenly, to me, is on par with nail polish brands who still have a skinny brush. It's just old-fashioned. There's no need for it. We need to move along with the times. It doesn't burn evenly, and there is no scent throwback whatsoever when you're burning it, and it's not super cheap. I think it was like £10 or £12. So yeah, really disappointed with that, and I won't be trying any more candles from Next now because that put me off, to be honest. Let me know if I'm wrong, if maybe that's just a dud and some of the other scents are better, I don't know. Then what else should we talk about? Let's do a hair care product. This is the Head and Shoulders Citrus Fresh for greasy hair. I have scalp problems. I get a very kind of dry, itchy scalp and it get flaky, and I'd ran out of my Neutrogena tea gel and I was doing an online shop and this was the only option that was available, so I bought it and I absolutely hate it. First of all, I think it smells a bit weird. Secondly, I don't like the texture of it. It feels like a conditioner. Thirdly, this made my hair so greasy and just made my hair look really, really lank, and really didn't agree with it. I'm not sure what about it is for greasy hair, because it actually gave me greasy hair. My hair's not particularly greasy on its own, so yeah, I really didn't like that. I didn't think it worked very well at all, so that's one to bear in mind. Skincare, let's talk about skincare because I've got a couple of bits here. Actually, I've got three. I thought I only had two, but no, I've got three. The first one, when it launched, there was so much hype about this. I saw Nadine Baggett talking about it and a bunch of other people, and it's the L'Oreal Hydrogenius Aloe Water. And they say that this is liquid care for normal to combination skin. Use one pump on face and neck, use instead of your daily moisturiser. It's supposed to be pumped full of hyaluronic acid and all that good stuff. Now, I don't think that it's necessarily this product's fault. I think my skin doesn't particularly like hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid in its form can be quite sticky and it leads to breakouts on me within different products, and this is no exception. Although I did think that I might be okay with this because, like it says, it's for normal to combination skin. I'm going to pump some out just to show you. So it comes out like that. It's not a cream. You can see how runny it is there. It's just like a gel, very, very lightweight. You rub it in and it's moisturising, gives you a nice kind of moisture boost. A couple of things. Number one, the smell is a bit masculine. I don't mind the smell, but I don't love it. And I really wanted to like this. I think the packaging of it is stunning. I really like the glass bottle. It's really inexpensive and I just really like everything about it except how it performs, because it really, really broke me out. And I'm not somebody that breaks out particularly easily, but this really did break me out, and it kind of wasn't, it wasn't used just on one occasion. It broke me out. I did use it consecutively to make sure that it definitely was this, and it was. So I'm sad that this didn't work for me because I really liked the whole kind of idea of it, but I think I'm going to give it to my boyfriend and let him try, because it is kind of one of those slightly masculine like formulas, and I also think that the texture of it would appeal to a bloke, so you know, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Oh my god, I've actually got 4 skincare products that I didn't think I had. That's weird. I kind of was putting stuff in and I forgot what I put in here because I did it earlier. This, I think I might have mentioned this before, so if I have, I'm sorry, but it's the La Roche-Posay Redermic R Intensive, basically their retinol. This is expensive. I think it was like £27, and it did absolutely nothing for me. Retinol is one of those ingredients that I'm actually starting to wonder what benefits I'm supposed to see from it, because I have tried so many and I don't see any benefits from it. And as a friend of mine pointed out the other day, was, you're not even 30 years old, so why would you? But I kind of like to think that, I kind of like to think that, you know, like, prevention is better than blah blah blah. And I've got pigmentation, definitely, and I do have like these little fine lines in my eyes, which I hate. So I definitely do think that there is things that need improving, but not very many products do, and this really didn't, and I think it's very expensive. So I know a lot of people recommend this. Don't take my word for it, because it is something that, like I said, a lot of people do really recommend. It's just, for me, it didn't perform very well. Then another product that a lot of people again really like is the Ordinary Vitamin C Suspension, 23% plus AH spheres, 2%. This is the first one that they launched. I'm not sure if they actually still have this. I have been using their newer vitamin C, which I will talk about in my next video, but I hate this. The texture of it, first of all, is absolutely disgusting. It's like putting sand on your face. Just thinking about it is making me go all funny and like goosebumpy. Horrible texture, and it stinks. Vitamin C does have one of those kind of weird smells. It smells like burning to me, like kind of like if you've ever burnt yourself, that kind of burning flesh smell. It smells a bit like that, which I think is really gross. Willing to put up with it if it does anything, but it didn't really do anything, and to be honest, I couldn't get past the texture issues I had with it, so definitely don't recommend that. If you're funny about that kind of thing, it's horrible. And then this is from Paula's Choice, and this is actually a brand that I really like Paula. I think she's really amazing and really smart, and I really kind of respect her opinions on things. However, most of the products I've tried from Paula's Choice I haven't been wowed by. This is the Skin Transforming Multi-Correction Treatment with Azelaic Acid and BHA, and it says that it lightens skin colour, lessens breakouts, fades brown spots and reduces wrinkles. Didn't find it did anything. I used it for a couple of months and I didn't see any benefit to any of my kind of pigmentation or lightening any brown patches or anything like that really. So, and I have tried a few other things from them, the BHAs and things like that, but I just didn't really find that any of them did very much. So recommend to me things from Paula's Choice down below, and I will look into it because I've not kind of signed off the brand yet, but I'm on the fence. Makeup products. They're all from the same category. This is really funny. I didn't plan this to be like that. This is the Stretch Concealer from Glossier. If you haven't seen my Glossier review, I will link that down below as well. And again, I will use this. I do think there is a place for it. I wouldn't repurchase it. However, I'm very disappointed about it because the hype was so major. Everybody loved it, and it creases really badly on me. And everyone was saying, oh, you know, it's great if you're an older woman, it'll not sit in any fine lines. If you've got really like wrinkles under your eyes, this is going to sit in them, because I've got really fine ones under my eyes and it makes me look like I'm about 112. Even when powdered, the texture of it's a bit funny actually as well. I think it's like, it's a bit greasy almost. I like the tone, I like the idea of it, but it just doesn't pack enough coverage for my liking either. Nice on a weekend, I suppose, when you just want a teeny bit of makeup, some evening out if you've got very nice skin and not wrinkly, not wrinkly under eye area, which I have apparently. Yeah, accentuates that. I don't think it's worth the hype. Then another one that who did I see mention this? I think it was Ruth Quilly, and this is the Blur the Lines Concealer from Bourjois. There's a pattern forming here. I'm clearly a bit obsessed with my under eye area. It's a stick concealer, and it's supposed to be very blurring. She used it in this video under her eyes, which I wouldn't normally have done with a stick concealer, but she did, and I thought it seemed intriguing. But again, it creases very badly, and that's not like, you know, not all concealers crease on me, okay? Like, a lot do, but not all of them. I have got one. Like today I'm wearing the Bourjois Radiance. Is it the Radiance Reveal? Is that what it's called? The silver one? I'm wearing that today and I don't think it's creased on me. I can have a normal under eye area sometimes, but this really does crease, and the texture of it's a bit funny, and it sort of sits in every little pore and every little thing and just doesn't look very nice. So yeah, I don't particularly recommend that. Then this, I have actually done a full review, so again I won't go into too much detail. Review will be linked down below. But this is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. This shade, if you're wondering, is Romantic. Love the colours, hate the texture. Sticky, doesn't dry down, is long lasting, but just doesn't dry down, and you can feel it on your lips all day long. I know a lot of people said that they didn't find that and they really liked it, but for me I thought the texture was way off and not very nice. So that is that one. Then what else do I have here? Oh, these. Right, I bought these. I'm not blaming you, hun, because like I'm not saying that it was your fault, but I bought these because Natasha from, is it Natasha Summer Allen? Is that what the channel's called? Did a swatching full review video of these and said that she really loved them, and they were really inexpensive, and I thought, oh, they look really pretty on her, I'm going to try them. So I bought the shades Tranquility and Halicone. Both kind of peachy nude shades. Sorry, I didn't say what they were, did I? They're the MUA Velvet Lip Lacquers. Oh my god, the texture of these is horrendous on me. She said that on her they work really nicely. I have got quite dry lips, and it doesn't matter what I do, they're always a bit dry. It's a family thing. My sisters all pretty much have it as well. But in the inner part, it collected so badly. You tried to reapply it, it went all bitty, and the texture of them was so strange. They smell a bit gross as well. That's not like, you know, going to put me off using them ever, but they smell a bit gross, and the texture is very thin and oily feeling when you put them on. It dries down, it sets, which is fine, but then as soon as it starts to fade away, you end up with that little gaps in your lipstick, and trying to reapply it just all goes terribly wrong. Gutted about that, because I really like these colours, but they just were horrible to apply. Don't try them if you do have less than perfect lips. So Then this is also a liquid lipstick. God, this is weird. This is the Primark PS Instagirl Intense Liquid Lipstick. It smells, the texture of it is horrible and greasy. Trying to reapply it again, it goes completely funny, but also the colour representation is way off. That looks like a nice mauvey pink, right? And then you swatch it and it is actually pretty much purple. It's got like a almost grey sort of lavender tone to it, which isn't very flattering on me. It sort of makes me look a bit like I'm dead. And the smell is just really horrible. So yeah, I won't be using that. But that's everything. I'm going to go now because I've talked for a really long time. And these videos are very good actually. If you're feeling in a bit of a ranty mood, these are a good kind of, a good outlet for it. But yeah, I want to know what you found disappointing recently. If you've tried any of these and you love them and you think I'm wrong, tell me, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll link everything that I mentioned down below as well, so all the reviews of the products. Bye!